Hello, and welcome to this week's Profit Maximizing Moment. The show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. Hi, I'm your coach, Wayne Belisle. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. I do that with our profit coaching programs and with our tax planning systems, which have saved my clients over 6.8 million, way over that now, millions of dollars. Uh, that was in 6 or 7 years. Do it all legally because, like I say, every time I do one of these videos, I love my clients, but really don't want to share a jail cell with them. Today's video, we're going to talk about it. It's not a sale until the money's in the bank. All right. But first, support for today's show is brought to you by Profit Maximizing Publishing, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset, which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and an evaporating customer base. In this book, you will find chapter after chapter, idea after idea about how you can turn your business and reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or fewer. Turn around your business, whatever. Even entrepreneurs who are making money will benefit from this book because you'll learn many ways to make more money is the secret of what we're doing and work less, have more time off. Hey, by the way, before I get started, Happy New Year. It's January 4th. Took some time off, which Santa was nice and brought me a Christmas cold. So if I cough during this, that's the last thing still here is the cough. You know how that goes. It takes a while to disappear. Um, but it's time to get back to work, right? Time to get this year going and get going. And hopefully you came in rested. I did this year for starters. Okay. Like I said, it's not a sale until the money is in the bank. What I'm talking about is a, if you don't have a receivables collection system that works, that's like the number one problem that businesses have. It's the number one cause of cash flow problems. Matter of fact, a study I read, it's not that recent now, but showed that half of all business owners are having trouble collecting receivables. During good times, this is an annoyance. During bad times, it's often a path to an appointment with a bankruptcy attorney. Collecting receivables requires a plan and a system that addresses collections both before and after the sale is completed. Before the sale is before the sale is finalized, you need to do certain things. One, review the customer's ability to pay. Big companies use credit reports, but for most small companies, the easiest method is to require a down payment from any customer without a track record. How they handle a down payment is often a very good indication of how they're going to pay you. Plus, a down payment lessens your exposure, recovers your costs, and speeds up your cash flow. Second thing, make sure that your product has value to the customer that is equal to, or more preferably, higher than the price the customer will pay. This is the top reason for slow pay or non payment. We have all fallen victim to the slick salesperson who gets us to buy something that we later regret. The customer gets even quite frequently by slow paying or just flat out refusing to pay. Three, offer incentives for prepaying. This can be a discount, but I don't like discounts. We've talked about that. So I would rather offer a bonus of some sort that actually increases the value of the customer if they pay early. Fourth, if possible, don't deliver without receiving a payment. We do this on 95, 98% of tax returns. Um, Clayton viewer, I'm so used to not having anybody live on here. I didn't notice, but yeah, thanks for the affirmation because it's quite true. Anybody who's been in business knows. At a bare minimum, review your payment terms with the customer. The goal is to eliminate the excuse that they didn't know when payment was due. Keep an eye out for clues that something has changed in the customer's financial ability between the order date and the delivery date. Or if it's somebody who orders from you repeatedly, all right, make sure you keep an eye on them. Make sure, put your ear to the street. Make sure they're not slow paying other people. Invoice faster. All right. Don't wait until the end of the month. Invoice as the work is done, as soon as it's completed, when it's delivered. Especially if you're in the service industry, people are bad about waiting till the end of the month. Okay, that's ways to get it to reduce receivables before. After the sale is complete, you should at you really need to have a process. I mean, at every step in the collection process, remember to keep stressing the value that the customer receives. Never stop selling value. All right. Remind them of the value you brought them. Remind them why they paid for you and why they need to keep working with you. As simple as that. Secondly, call shortly after the sale to make sure they're happy with the purchase. You're still stressing the value of the product or service they received. If you can't call all of your customers, you should at least call the largest sales. All right. This is often a great time, by the way, to upsell to the next level or to sell an add-on product. Just make sure, even if you're a restaurant, check with them as they're leaving. Did you have any problems? Anything we could do better? Something we can help you with? Yeah, they paid for their bill, but you want repeat customers. You want them to come back. All right. Finally, you want a system that includes some combination of calls and letters that automatically go out to any account that is past due. Remember, the squeaky wheel gets paid first. So squeak loudly. As simple as that. Of course, always remain polite and professional and keep stressing the value that they receive. At a certain point, usually 60 to 90 days after the sale, in a small business, the owner should call. All right. Should make a point to call. All right. If it's too large of a business, when I was a CFO at Magnolia Coca-Cola, a local Coca-Cola bottling company, I took those calls. When they reached a certain point, part of our process was, okay, it comes to me. Now, during that call, I'm calling to make sure the customer really felt they received value. If not, the owner should try to fix the problem. This is often your last chance to save the customer. All right. Once you've figured out that there's not a problem with the order, because I would start with, well, I see this invoice hasn't been paid for a while. What did we do wrong? Is there something we did wrong that we didn't fix? Is that why you're not paying? If they're, oh, no, everything was fine. Well, ask for a payment. You'd be amazed how well that works. I pick up the phone and call and, oh man, I didn't realize they hadn't paid that. Now, the they may be them, but let them save face and get your check. You don't really care. Credit card, I'll take a credit card over the phone. People ask me how I get paid. So, I'll take anything except your firstborn child. I have one of those and I'm still paying for that. Just kidding, Jessica. Anyways, that's my daughter. She might actually see this. Anyways, I joke, I'll even take a puppy maybe, but I have one. I don't think I need another one. Anyways, if they can't pay, the owner should say, look, you're a valued customer and I would like to help you by offering some sort of payment schedule. Get something in writing. Personally, I'll try to get them to agree to let me draft their bank account, so much per week, per month. I don't like to let it go too long. And, look, I've had clients that have been good clients of mine for a long, long time, and then just run into a problem. I'll work with them. I'll help them. Why not? Treat other people like you'd like to be treated, right? The golden rule. And many of those, it's amazing how many of those will end up paying me, even if it takes a year or two, turn themselves around, and then they're referring other people, and I'm getting more clients, and they became good clients again. As a last resort, offer a reduced payment if the invoice is paid by a certain date. Look, finally, if all else fails, write off the balance and forget the customer. Don't waste any more additional time and money suing them. Your time would be much better used learning what went wrong in your sales and collection process and getting better customers who value what you're providing and are willing and able to pay. Plus, check with any, errors and omission insurance company, and they'll tell you, especially CPAs. I mean, we're told don't sue for fees because the countersuit is often the one that wins because you didn't know you had a problem that you didn't solve. All right. Action tips, write these down. First of all, watch the video again. I gave you some good tips for before and after the sale. Using the list above, review your current system and determine where you can make improvements. Then document your system, all right? Then review the new system with your sales team and set up a time each week to call anyone who's past due by even one day. Be the squeaky wheel. Okay, if you can't do it weekly, do it monthly, I can tell you flat out, when I was at Coca-Cola, I did it. They had a big receivable problem, got it straightened out, handed it to somebody else who just wasn't as diligent about staying on top of it because these calls aren't fun. Nobody likes to do these. So they weren't. All right. Got it back again, straightened it out, trained somebody again. Again, got it back. And that's why I put a system in place that said, okay, I'm going to meet, you're going, okay, I'm going to meet with the people that I put in charge of receivables at least every 2 weeks. We tried for weekly, but that was often too much. So we did it 2 weeks. And then there was a process where they documented everything. And now it's software out there. You can easily document. We got a program that lets me do that. Everybody can get those. They're not that expensive anymore. And you document exactly when you call them so that the owner or the manager can look at it and see, yeah, okay, he's been contacted a bunch of times. It's reached the point where I need to reach out to him. All right. And then if that didn't work, we had a soft collection agency that didn't actually bug them. They didn't take a percentage. I forget their name. I wish I could remember. I would refer them. But basically, they would send out a letter that looked like a collection letter, looked like came from an attorney, and it was just a flat. But we never went beyond that point. We just didn't bother with that. Move on. You're going to get, if you're selling on credit, you're going to write off some bad debts, but minimize it as much as possible and try to keep the customer as much as possible. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. And let's make it a really good New Year's. Enjoy yourself and let's get rolling. Let's make this a great year. Thank you, everybody. Take care. And